Tonight on Mr. Whisper's Official, we begin with a question that sounds simple but becomes terrifying after midnight. How well do you really know the strangers?
Ow.
What if one quiet guest never planned to leave the property at all, but waited beneath your house, listening? The summer air in March 2026 carried music, chlorine, and laughter as Daniel hosted a crowded pool party at his luxury rental. Surrounded by tall security gates and glowing cameras, the friends believed the perimeter guaranteed complete privacy. Guests drifted between patio lights while someone new appeared every 10 minutes. Nobody questioned the extra faces because parties blur identities. Among those unfamiliar faces stood a quiet man wearing a wide sun hat, leaning casually against the fence and smiling politely. Midnight arrived, the music faded, and Daniel started gathering empty cups, believing the night had ended peacefully. But the silence carried a strange heaviness, like the house itself was holding a breath nobody noticed earlier. That was when Mia pointed toward the deck boards, where a trail of wet footprints glistened beneath patio lights. The prints led away from the pool, yet strangely avoiding the gate, as though whoever walked there had chosen another direction entirely. The prints moved across the wooden deck, then vanished near a small ventilation grate leading beneath the house. Daniel laughed nervously, but Mia noticed a faint scent drifting upward, a sour, rotting smell hidden beneath the pleasant fragrance of chlorine. They checked the backyard gate and security lights. Everything remained locked, raising a question. Where exactly did those footprints lead? The group followed the damp trail until the path ended beside the crawlspace hatch, where water droplets still clung to dusty concrete. Beneath that hatch stretched a dark foundation cavity, where the smell rising suggested movement, warmth, and something living within the wooden bones. Daniel opened the panel slowly, and the beam of his flashlight revealed stacked towels, snack wrappers, and bedding arranged against the wall. Someone had been living beneath the house, forming a quiet nest hidden between plumbing pipes and concrete supports. Suddenly, a faint movement echoed deeper within the crawlspace, followed by the slow scraping sound of someone shifting across dirt. A voice whispered calmly from the darkness, asking why everyone seemed so surprised, because he had already been living there for weeks. The realization struck harder than any scream. Someone had attended the party as the homeowner of the shadows. Daniel slammed the hatch closed, but the scraping beneath continued slow. Deliberate movements suggesting more than one person shifting through the tunnels. Mia whispered the question, how many strangers had been living under the house while everyone slept upstairs? The smell of rot intensified. Drifting through floor vents like the house itself, was breathing out secrets buried beneath the hardwood. When officers arrived, they opened the crawl space again, discovering not one drifter, but 3 individuals watching from the darkness. One stranger calmly explained they chose the property because large parties meant easy access to supplies and noise that masked movement. They had modified small pipes and wiring, creating a hidden living space capable of surviving unnoticed for months. Thermal cameras revealed warm shapes moving through narrow tunnels extending further beneath the foundation, including the master bedroom. One man looked directly at Daniel and asked if he realized how much could be seen through small cracks in the floorboards. Investigators later discovered hidden pathways dug through loose soil, creating small chambers for sleeping, storage, and listening. The strangers had learned routines, schedules, and conversations, simply by living inches below the floor. Daniel could not forget the moment he realized the cheerful pool party had unknowingly happened directly above a hidden audience. Repair crews opened sections of flooring, revealing scratches, marks, and tiny observation gaps carved carefully between boards. Experts later warned about foundation squatting, where abandoned crawl spaces become hidden shelters for people seeking invisible shelter. Security cameras and alarms rarely monitor what exists underneath the building, creating the perfect blind spot for intruders. The pool party became a warning story. Daniel now tells carefully. Sometimes strangers are guests, and sometimes they are explorers. If you ever notice wet footprints leading somewhere impossible, pause and ask where they truly end. This is Mr. Whisper's Official, reminding you that the scariest mysteries begin with ordinary strangers who quietly refuse to leave. Tonight before you sleep, ask yourself one final question. Who is really living beneath your house?